What's up, guys? Trying to get a ride in today. Another snowy ride. Just put air in my tires. 27 pounds in each tire. That was bad. Wondering why the bike was sloppy. But it was 50 degrees yesterday. The day before that, it was snowing, and they said, congratulations, the town that I lived in ended up with, I think it was 16 and a half inches of snow. Mind you, we were only supposed to get 3 inches. And of course, it's never exact. Weathermen cannot keep up with the weather, it seems. So, it's actually not cold out at all today. It's 52 degrees. I'm on my way now to Bear Mountain to go meet up with the guys, have some coffee, hang out. They wanted to ride, and the roads are still a little salty, so I'll take a ride to Bear Mountain. It's only 20 miles each way, so take a ride there. Probably the Hudson River is all covered in ice, but it's supposed to be nice and warm today, so haven't been able to do any riding at all, really. Just cold and miserable, and really wish the winter was over. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go hang out, have some breakfast, chat a little bit with the guys, and hang out for an hour or two. I'm just glad. I almost didn't go because when I got up it was 22 degrees and I was at 9 o'clock, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it another hour or so. They wanted to meet at 11. I'm like, you know what, let's give it another hour, and if it's decent, like right now it's probably 40, 45, I could deal with that. It's not so bad, but still a good amount of snow, as you see. A lot more than my winter ride that I went for. That was, 6 inches. Alright, we did have a good burn off yesterday, but it's still, everything's messy and slushy and nasty. I actually hate the spring. I hate this time of year. Everything's muddy and nasty. I wish we could just skip winter altogether. Then of course I would have to move, which I think about every day. Arizona. I was thinking about Myrtle Beach, but it snows and icy there too, and I didn't realize that they have 16.5% tax there. The houses are cheap, and then everything else is cheap. A lot cheaper than New York, that's for sure, but 16.5% tax? That's insane. So I'll go somewhere else. And then the summer in Arizona, of course, are going to be miserable. 130 degrees, but I was thinking maybe go back and forth. Go to Arizona for the winter and come back to New York in the summer. So once we get on this road, it'll be nice and open. I don't have to deal with these, I don't want to be mean or anything, but these Hasidics that decide that they're going to come up from Brooklyn and drive like they own the road, and they come up here to crash into you, and it's insane. So, heading toward West Point. And then this right here, this is called Harriman, and what this is, it's supposed to be like the best shopping. All the city people come up here. There's all these outlet stores. It's like 500 stores or something like that. And they come up here and they shop, and I don't know. I actually been here for almost 2 years now and never managed to get there. I don't know why. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too much. I just put in that piece that goes in your helmet to stop your breath so you don't fog up the shield. Hopefully it's working. And then I actually tuck the mic behind that, so it kind of houses the microphone. My first video I actually didn't have any problem. Wasn't too much noise. I mean, this is a Scorpion helmet, so it's pretty good just for sound on its own. But now as we climb up higher elevations, the temperature is really starting to change. It's a lot colder than initially when the ride first started. So this goes in right into West Point. Gotta be careful because of West Point. Obama is always here, and there's always cops and FBI agents and everything else, so you can't really mess around up here. There's times that you can, but I think Obama actually is in New York, and the cadets are graduating, so I'm not going to push my luck. I don't want to start the season off with a ticket. And it is really cold. My face is numb already. That kind of sucks. But once we get out of the shade and get back into the sun, it won't be so bad. Or so I hope. Maybe it's wishful thinking. It's one of those things. Usually there's a trooper that sits right here on this divider. So when you come up, as we found out once before, doing well over 100, there was a cop right there. And I mean, if you're going 100 miles an hour, there's no point in stopping. Just go. I mean, he didn't even care, actually. I don't actually run because it's not worth it in the long run. But it's just not worth it. Just stop. A lot of times, the cop will let you go, even if you're being a little over excessive with your speed. They don't usually bother you because you stopped, and that was a big pothole. A lot of big potholes. They figure you stop, they're like, you know what, just take it easy, calm down, and they let you go. They're usually good like that. They usually break your balls over. Sometimes you just get one of them cops. Like this might be one here, probably, no. It's all frozen. This is all federal property up here. This is all part of Fort Smith, which I think it's National Guard base, if I'm not mistaken. So it's cool. When we come up here usually at night and hang out on all these straightaways and mess around, and you can hear mortar shells at night. You just hear a boom, boom. Sometimes at night when I'm sleeping, I feel the house shake. And I think 2 years ago it was dry, and they were shooting mortars off, and it started a big forest fire. I don't even think you get forest fires in New York. I've been here 30 years and never even heard of a forest fire in New York, but apparently it happens. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I have 2 pairs of pants on, 4 sweaters on, and then all my motorcycle gear, because I should have worn my mask because my face is numb. I haven't been up here in a year. Since the fall. And it was a bad experience up here because my baby broke down. I let a friend who needed some money do an oil change for me, and these metric bikes, you know, everything's opposite, and he has a habit of texting while he's working, which is just as bad as texting and driving. And because of that, he ended up cross-threading the bolt, and then it wouldn't seal right because we broke the threads, and in return it wouldn't seal right, and I was riding on the highway doing, I don't know, 65. All of a sudden I needed a tune-up. All of a sudden I lost power, and when you're going from 65, 70 at 8,000 RPMs and your bike loses all its power, you kind of go up over the handlebars a bit, which is pretty scary. And I had no power, and it sounded like a four-wheeler. The bike was going ding, 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 ding. So I'm like, it sounded like an exhaust leak instantly to me. So I was like, well, I was on the side of the highway, people were not paying attention, and some guy came right over into the shoulder. I'm like, yeah, I just need to get off this highway, and I'll deal with everything else after. I can't be on this highway right now. This is just way too dangerous. So I got the bike moving and got off the highway, and everything seemed okay. At first I thought it was the oil, but it's just that sound, that ding 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 sound just didn't make sense to me. So I was like, you know what, something's not right. So I'm riding, all of a sudden I just happened to look behind me, and there's just a trail of oil. I'm like, oh crap. And I just happened to look and notice that the I got the right way. I'm not even used to this. I'm going south, or what am I doing here? I don't even know if I went the right way now. I might have went south on the Jersey Turnpike, which I think I did, like an idiot. It's been so long since I've been here. Rockland County, yeah, I'm going the wrong way. Yep, I went the wrong way. Great. I can't believe I did that. It's the second time I've done that. I'm BSing. Not paying attention so much. See if I can find a way to get across this. I don't even know if I can, or if it's smart to do that. I can just find a spot where there's not a lot of snow. It's not smart to do. I can't believe I did that. What a dummy. Yeah, I'm gonna get stuck in there. I'm just gonna turn around. Oh, what's this? Can you turn around here? Yeah, you can. I had no idea this was here. That would have saved me a lot of headache once before. I can't believe I did that. Was into the story and I don't know, senile. This is the what the hell is this now? Jersey Turnpike? Yeah, I know what I did now. oils everywhere. I'm freaking out because, you know, oil's all over my back tire, and it's not good, especially if I was going through a turn. Thank God I was just taking it easy. The bike just didn't feel right. I went with my instincts, and I was okay. Which, you know, I'm grateful for that. Bear Mountain, West Point, there we go. Went with my instincts, and it was okay. However, I did have to call a tow truck, and it sucks too. You know, I got the bike almost home. I was a mile or two from the house, which is always the way. They always say you're gonna crash or whatever within so many miles of your house. So, you know, but the guy cut me a break. At first, it was supposed to be like a $200 tow, and then he sent, I don't know, I called it in as a motorcycle, but he sent, I told him it was a sport bike too, he sent a regular tow truck, but you can't do that with a motorcycle. You need a flatbed, maybe with a Harley, I guess, but not with a sport bike, no way. So, sorry, these potholes are insane. So he ended up charging me $100 because I had to wait like an hour on the side of the road for the tow truck to come. So it was $100. You know, it sucked, but better than 200. So, and then I told my friend what happened, and what happened was when he did the tune-up, he hand tightened the spark plugs. And a little trick a lot of people don't know is when you're putting spark plugs into an engine block, it's so easy to cross thread. So you take a piece of hose, rubber hose, and you tie it onto the, you know, you clip it into the top of the spark plug. And if you're cross threading it, it won't let you put the spark plug into the engine block, into the cylinder, so you won't cross thread it, which is cool. Little trick, but he didn't, I don't know what he did, but either way, he didn't tighten it all the way, and because he was text messaging and stuff. And I told him too, because I have cameras in front of my house, because people like to roam on property that doesn't belong to them and do things that it shouldn't be. I mean, I don't care if you're just passing through, but, you know, don't irritate my dog. Don't irritate me, and get off the property as quick as you get on the property. I'm not one of them guys where you can't come on my property, I got nothing to hide, but still, you know, they come on the property, and apparently my house was broken into, I found out a few times before I got there, before I moved in, so I don't want to take that chance. It's not worth it in the long run. So I watched them text messaging, and I told them I was upset. I'm like, you know, you're doing something for somebody. You're not necessarily doing me a favor. I'm actually doing you a favor. I felt bad. You got kids. You need money. I'm trying to help you out here, but you're gonna fuck up my investment. I mean, I did buy the bike, you know, and I paid for it, and you're gonna fuck up my investment, you know. And I don't want to take it to that level, but you know, but I fixed it, and he's still upset, but you know. So this is Bear Mountain Bridge. And I gotta get my toll money. Of course, they're gonna raise this bridge. I think it's $1.50 now. It was like 75 cents, and now it just keeps going up. And they're building the new Tappan Zee Bridge, which is down in Rockland County. It goes into Westchester, and once they raise that bridge, it's supposed to be like $15. And once they raise that, of course, they're gonna raise all the other bridges and everything else. And any reason to, what's up, buddy? Any reason to raise tolls, they're more than obliged to do it. Oh, this is a nice road. I don't know if you guys never get up here and ride in Orange County. I know there's a lot of guys in the city that come up here. It's an awesome road. Awesome, awesome. Mr. Rooter. How you doing? Two. Thank you. Take care. Smile once in a while. Stretch your face out a little bit. You want such a sag face. Nobody smiles anymore. No. From yesterday. This is cool, actually. There's all these spots you can pull up over here. This whole road goes up that mountainside, which actually I'm gonna go. There was a big battle here with the Revolutionary War. This is all federal land, but when the British ships came in, they put, I forget what it's called, but it's like a bunch of logs with chains that tear the bottom of the wooden ships out. And it was right here. It's pretty cool. There's a little plaque thing you can pull over and see it. But yeah, that's Bear Mountain Bridge. And now we go up the mountain. Gotta be careful. A lot of people, there's so many bikes in the summer that come up here, even in the spring. This road gets crazy. And it's fine, but when you have all these cars, it's not so fine. And then you got a lot of people that don't come up here often, and they have no idea where they're going. And you come around a turn, and they're dilly-dallying, staring at everything, not paying attention. Usually Jersey guys, no offense, but the Jersey guys come up here, and they don't, you know, I mean, it is a nice view. Sometimes I catch myself wandering off, but when you're on a bike or even in a car and you're on this road, you got to keep your eyes on the road. It's just that split millisecond is enough to kiss a guardrail or the back of somebody's car or catch a deer or something, a bear. You know, I had a buddy who, his brother died up on one of these turns coming up. He had a Busa, and he was racing, you know, knows the road, and yeah, he came through the turn, couldn't handle the turn. You know, Busas are not really made for cornering, they're made for straightaways, and then you got things like that coming up here. And then we're gonna go right past Camp Smith, the military base, so you got Humvees and tanks and everything else on here. So you gotta be careful, just use your brain a little bit. Use your brain to be alright. But, you know, the first rule of motorcycle riding is always watch out for cars, because they seem to not pay attention or care enough to pay attention, and they run right into you, and, you know, they hit you. It's not like they're hitting a car, they hit you, and you're on your bike, they'll drive away. You're not, well, you'll drive away, but in an ambulance, if you're lucky. And, this road is pretty chewed up. It used to be in better condition. They're just not keeping up on it anymore. The roads in New York are just starting to deteriorate. So, but I like taking this road, and this connects. You end up coming into Westchester County, and then you're like 10 minutes from Connecticut. And then that's Indian Point out there where that smoke is, the nuclear power plant. Nice, right? Right on the Hudson River. They pulled the water, and they had a whole big thing where they were dumping water into the Hudson River. And that's why you're not supposed to be swimming in the Hudson River once you get below here, especially down into the city. It's just nasty. All polluted. But that's why you got the National Guard right here after 9/11. They left a lot of troops here because Indian Point was supposed to be one of the prime spots for terrorist attacks. So, the National Guard is like right here. I actually been to this base. I had drill, and I actually came here. I drilled here, I think 4 times. It's not a big base, but and then West Point is like literally 3 minutes away, if that. as you see these turns, they get pretty hairpin turns. I'm just not pushing it because A, I'm cold, stiff, and B, salt and everything else on the road. And see, I haven't rode the bike in a while, so you know, you don't just get on the bike and start going ridiculous after not riding for months and months. You gotta kind of get back into your rhythm. So I just take it easy. No point rushing, getting hurt. And there's a state park in here, Bear Mountain State Park, and pretty cool. Yeah, you come out right in Westchester County, as I said that already, but and then you're on the Taconic, and you can take that right down into New York City. Just stay on that, jump on the Sprain, end up in the, not the good part of the Bronx, not the part of the Bronx you want to be in. You don't want to be in any part of the Bronx, to be honest with you, but this is Camp Smith right here. To the left, you see it up there, and wow, the water's like right up on the road. Wow, that's wow. So that melt off, that's insane. There's Indian Point, and here's Camp Smith right here. Got a World War I tank. Pretty cool. And that's Indian Point. And so that's it, guys. And I hope everyone's well. And if you can, please subscribe, like, forward it. I'm going to try to get more videos out when I can. It's just tough with the snow and the weather and then medical things and everything else. So nice. Dumbass. People, man. Alright, guys. Take care.